someone messaged me with that screenshot this morning. I'm like, huh. But yeah, I'd be very surprised if he was kicked. So, man's still on the team. All is fine.
Ugh. Oh man,
Admiral
might have been a dark timeline. They do get the disruptor counter into the Tidehunter. We've talked about this one before. The reason it's so good, just being able to kinetic field and static storing this big watermelon down and not allow him to get these ravages off in these team fights. But we saw Moo play this hero earlier and have a fantastic time. You know, never really got caught by the disruptor. Made sure to hold back in the fights until it was really a good time to go in with the ravage. So a lot's going to come down to Sacred and his positioning and, you know, playing around that vision.
Uh-huh. All right. Lion now picked up next. So they've got a lot of disable between the Tidehunter, the Kunkka, the Lion. They don't have anybody that pairs amazing with the IO yet, and I think that your next set of bans here on Lava are going to be getting rid of those options that they have. They grab the Timbersaw for themselves, which makes sense. You're playing against three strength heroes, two of them being melee strength heroes at this point. So we see Frank the Tank on his signature tank. Let's go.
That's a good
Happy to
pick.
see that.
Yeah,
Yep.
really solid pick.
Yeah, and that means Mars is probably going to be played in the mid lane. We're going to see Leo style on that one. You could swap them around though. You could play the Timbersaw mid against the Kunkka, but I prefer to see the Mars in that lane.
It'll be Mars mid. It's a Leo style, right? Like we saw this exact scenario happen yesterday, where they picked the Timbersaw Mars and they just moved Mars mid for Leo style, as that is one of the heroes that he likes to play. So they will just go ahead and ban out a couple of these like really strong heroes here. For Lumiere. Yeah, well, for Lumiere as well. Like they get rid of the Templar Assassin, or I'm sorry, his Gyrocopter, which would have been a fantastic combo pairing with the IO, of course.
You think they get rid of the Sven alongside that one? I know the Sven and the Gyrocopter and the Sven and the IO are like the two most popular ones. Tiny's also pretty good still.
I just don't think you can pick those into the Timbersaw. You have to pick something that beats it in lane. I think the Slark is a decent ban here.
Yeah. It's just not as good with the IO pairing though.
It's pretty strong with IO still. The whole idea is if you don't burst the Slark, he just like takes over fights, and IO makes it really hard to burst heroes. And he does decent enough in lane as well. So I would say they might ban the Slark on Lava.
You can throw a lot of damage into the Dark Pack though, like Disruptor, Ultimate, all of Timbersaw's abilities, Spear of Mars, all of Snapfire's abilities, all land on the Dark inside of Shadow Dance. So
yeah,
it's not that value going forward this game. I know you're a big Slark fan, but I just don't see it.
You'll see, dude.
You'll see.
I think.
I mean, you've been on point with a lot of things today. I'm kind of afraid of your power level right now. Man's out for my job.
I'm just hungry, man.
Hmm?
I'm hungry for that DPC spot, you know?
But
also physically hungry. I need to have lunch at 7:20 at night. I just realized it is very late.
We had too good of an interview with Oscar, so we didn't have much time for a break. But we don't need breaks. We only consume Dota here, Ricky. Isn't that right?
It is my sustenance. This is known.
Please help me, he yells. All
right.
The Terra played ban out.
That's a pretty good ban.
It's all right. It would scale into the late game fairly well if they don't plan on picking up the Slark. I feel like it's decent. They struggle to get through it on the Kunkka as well. You'd have a decent chunk of magical damage. I wonder if that means they plan on picking up something like Ursa's still an option here.
Ursa's banned.
Oh no, Ursa's banned. Ursa's banned. Sorry.
I think like the thing you have here is you have two really strong heroes I want to play in the front, the Mars and the Timbersaw. So we're probably going to be seeing a hero that can like take advantage of that space in these fights. And that does well against the Tidehunter in lane. I think right now Drow Ranger actually looks pretty dang good. Look at me go, Neff. Look at the ban. What is that?
That's a Slark ban. You think they'll take Phantom Assassin here on Infamous?
I think it's probably your best bet. It doesn't do well into the Timbersaw lane is the issue. He like actually struggles pretty heavily against the Timbersaw, but we saw them run IOPA earlier, so it's definitely something they could do.
I'm just not sure what the
Luna. Okay, not bad.
It's better against the Timbersaw in the lane. It plays a little bit faster. I can see why they'd be concerned about the Terrorblade. They plan on picking up the Luna as well. They have a lot of time to think about what care they want to run on the side of Lava, but they also have a lot more options, I feel.
10 seconds.
I mean, I think it's just the Drow Ranger, honestly. I think it really is. Like, it's really strong into the Tidehunter, isn't really threatened, and it outscales Luna. We've seen that matchup multiple times. I keep forgetting about Clinks, man. He's just the better drow right now.
Yeah, multi-shot is just a poor man's version of Burning Barrage, let's be honest.
Yeah. He just farms so damn fast. But
he's fat, he farms faster, he's tankier, he's more okay with people standing next to him than Drow Ranger because he doesn't lose all of his abilities and damage if you sit right beside him.
and it's a hero Kotaro has played already in this tournament, so it should have been on the front of my mind, but there's a lot of heroes in Dota, and I don't have the list open in front of me, so what can you do? That's my excuse. I'm going with it. We have RGB Lion here, though. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah, that's a real gamer if I've ever seen one. So for anyone curious about the players on Infamous and Lava, Alone has renamed himself to Summum. A/Excel has renamed himself to Affliction. On the side of Lava, Moose has renamed himself to Kim, and Kotaro is MNZ.
It's a lot of name changes. There's been a lot of those happening recently since everyone has to lock in officially for the DPC.
It makes people's lives easier when they're forced to have their name a certain way instead of me looking at someone and having to click their Steam profile and figuring out if there's a standard or not. I've only recently just started tagging out my friends on Steam.
Wait, you don't nickname your friends list?
Yeah, and I've got like 430 people on my friends list.
Nearly every single person on my friends list is nicknamed. And if they're not, I end up deleting them from my friends list.
Yeah, I realized that I probably should have started doing that a long time ago. I could remember when there was like 200. 300.
Yeah. Apparently my friends list was full the other day. Someone was trying to, like, a friend of mine was adding me. He's like, yo, your friends list is full. And I was like, oh.
You can increase your Steam level.
Yeah.
Friends list slots.
Yeah, but that's just pay to win, neph, and I'm not a huge fan of pay to win.
Oh, I keep increasing my Steam level. I'll have you know that I am a level 38 Steam user.
Wow. Do I even want to look at mine?
I could probably look yours up real quick. Here you are.
Those, I'm level 19 apparently.
Sad. Get on my level literally.
Hey, you know what
sub
can you do?
400, sub 400 friends list scum.
Oh, my friends list has over 400 people on it, I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You have 390.
Yeah.
Sad.
I just removed a bunch of people, man.
It's much like a level 19 to lie about things.
Oh my god. This guy.
Very cringe. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. They have to place a war, and it's not scattered out yet on the side of Lava, so it's going to give them a little bit of an advantage here in the mid lane. Hopefully, it's not so one-sided, and it is actually Leo style on the Timbersaw this game. And Frank Hsu is going to be playing the Mars.
All right. No real contesting on the runes here. It's just going to go 2-2. We will be heading our way to the lanes. Michael, as we talked about, going to be playing the IO here, paired up with Sacred top lane. So it's going to make this Tidehunter a little bit more difficult to deal with in the lane, especially once he gets towards that early ring of health. He'll try and do his best to sustain. Disruptor doesn't really do the damage to push either of these guys out. Like, he can do what he can to the IO, but you know, Michael's come to lane with a headdress, Fairy Fire, and Tango is pretty much the standard.
Yep. Well, they don't have a dispel. I think if you just click down IO and share with him with Thunderstrike, you'll be fine. What's up?
It's a Leo style on the Timber. I actually didn't notice this. I had just so assumed that it was gonna be Frank, but
I said that a minute ago.
I know. I just spaced. I don't know what I was looking at the time.
I see. Yeah, that'll happen, I suppose. You know, Leo Styles has just got such a massive brain, but I guess they want to punish Simum for the Kunkka in the mid lane. It's gotten a little bit less popular than Timbersaw mid. Whirling Death doesn't do as much damage at level 1 as it used to. Reactive Armor is a little bit weaker at the earlier levels now as well, so it doesn't dominate super hard, which is why it's less popular. It also doesn't rotate around for kills very well. What's up?
He just slapped a bunch of denies underneath his tower. I mean, the thing is like Timbersaw's attack animation is very fast, so it is hard to mess with when Kunkka has a little bit longer of a wind up there.
Well, he's double whirling deathing him, so he's losing a bunch of strength.
Yeah.
So he's lost a lot of damage from that. But not much of this damage is actually going to stick onto the Kunkka, unfortunately.
Yeah, he'll eventually get himself a bottle. But
right,
CS-wise, he's owning. Yeah, let's talk about top lane.
Yeah, top lane. MJZ, he wants to be able to just click down this IO. He's gone through all of his tangos already. He's only used, I think, a single Thunderstrike. Once he's level 2, I think he'll be a little bit more aggressive with this. And click him down more. But throwing any spells off on the Tidehunter is just going to be like a waste of mana and time. And he heals up so quickly. And he's going for Heart of Defiance right off the bat as well. And he's doing decent for himself. 10-2 on the Tidehunter just shows how much he's struggling to zone him out of the lane. But this is one of the strengths of the Tidehunter. Like, regardless of who he's up against, he's almost always going to find farm. The only heroes that can play that well against someone like the Ursa and the Slark. And even then, Slark, I think, struggles for like the first couple of waves.
I mean, you're right. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Klinks isn't feeling a lot of pressure in the lane right now, but he actually, gets a decent amount of damage out here onto Sacred. Michael doesn't have much regen left. What is this on this courier? Okay, yeah, he's just waiting for the Ring of Health. But we saw the same combo of IO Tide multiple times here. The Gush just into the overcharge and the right clicks. Like, it adds up so fast. Like, Gush is a really solid level 1 ability. Like, 3 armor reduction on a lot of heroes that, like, don't usually even have 3 armor to begin with.
They nerfed that as well. It was 4 armor before.
Yeah.
They've nerfed all the abilities at level 1 in Dota. So it's not as easy to just get kills right off the bat.
MJZ, he gets the kinetic field, but there it is. The combo. Overcharge Gush. He just came a little bit too far forward, and that's going to be first blood going the way there of Michael. Bottom lane, Lumiere falls incredibly low, but able to keep himself alive there with the stick.
Salve himself back up. So I think when they saw the Luna come out, that's when they decided they didn't want to put the Timber Saw in the bottom lane because Luna would have dealt with it a little bit too easily, but not dealing so easily with the Snapfire and the Mars, which is their initial lane. What they were planning for from the start. They've got a lot of burst damage between the two of them, so Luna has to be a little bit careful. This is why she's gone the straight magic wand. She needs the power trade pretty quickly.
Top lane, a lot of damage being dumped into the Tidehunter. The kinetic field kind of holding him in place, and Michael putting himself in harm's way, and that's going to be a kill. Grabs him with that Thunderstrike.
Yep.
He does keep Sacred alive in the process, and he's going to come back to lane with, extra utility, but getting that kill very good here for Kataro on this Klinks.
They'll start putting a lot of pressure on some of them here in the mid lane.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone for Timber Chain yet. The 3 points in reactive armor is more defensive than I thought he would go, but maybe he does need the mana.
I mean, unless you push the tower down, as long as you have max reactive armor stacks, you can just click away.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on.
Now that you're level 6, Kunkka cannot come to lane.
Yeah. He's gonna need mana boots though in order to spam out his spells. But now he's got his catapult. This is what you want the 3 points of reactive armor for. The 5-minute catapult, be able to shove his lane, and they have nobody who's able to clear. If they had a Mirana on their team, they could clear it out. And yeah, he's pinging it out. He says, "This catapult is about to be an issue, you guys. I need someone to come over here."
Yeah,
we can't lose our mid tower this season.
Makes the rotation. I mean, he's got X and boat. And there it is. Yeah, they'll just make sure to get the tower secured there. But top lane, as a result, he's gone mid on the IO. They're getting a little bit aggressive onto Sacred, trying to push him a little bit out of the lane. Pretty even start, though, for both teams. 1-1. Almost dead even on the net, where CS pretty much even all around as well.
Oh, God. He starts dropping fairly low, but again, with 18 stacks of reactive armor, 3 points in it, he's going to be okay. He's going to put a 4th point in. Yeah, he is. Yeah, needs himself his mana boots in order to keep the aggression going. But without the catapult, the top tower or the mid tower is going to push him very slowly.
Yeah, he's just going to be laying it, creep cutting, I believe. That's the only way to really do this. Well, Sumum comes right into the mid lane, and with the help here from the Snapfire, they may have the damage to pick him off. Dude, this would be a massive kill. He just came back to the lane, but he doesn't have mana anymore on the Timbersaw.
About to arrive.
Courier cannot get there any faster. The slow, it connects. Leo style, he gets the mana boots. Chakram up onto the high ground. It's going to cut him off, and there it is.
Oh, hello, Auntie. I told you to stop getting blood on my blade.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, did you hear that voice line? He's talking to his aunt. That's pretty cool.
It didn't sound very pleased to see her, even though he helped get a kill there.
That was pretty funny. I love those like hero interactions. Like those types of voice lines are always super cool.
Agreed. It takes a little while. I mean, you have to add the line to the game every time a new hero gets added. You need to add lines to every other hero in the game as well. But shout to Valve when they do that. Oh, very nice. A Fairy's Trinket.
Fairy's Trinket and an Arcane Ring. Yeah.
5% spell amp, 5% mana cost reduction. That is an awesome find on Timbersaw, and he edges close towards getting his defiance.
Michael might actually be in trouble here with the glimpse. Yeah, gets pulled back. Close range for Kataro, but they're just afraid as another gush comes through. Burning Barrage. They're just going to tunnel down this Disruptor. Michael going to be just fine.
No such thing.
Gush in 3. He actually pops the dust. He's hiding in the trees. Kataro, he's dead. Oh my god.
I think he was surprised by the amount of damage that came out from that Tidehunter there, and he couldn't quite finish off Michael. Michael was playing with him there. No way. Is this a BM? There's no way this is a BM pause, right?
No.
There's not a BM pause.
No.
There's absolutely no way. That would be too mean, right?
Yeah, Michael's not really the type of guy to BM pause on them.
Right. This is an Arkosh move, right? Not a respectable team move.
I mean, I did watch, what was it, 4 Zoomers and Infamous, and though there was quite a bit of BM pausing in that game.
We saw mass tips in the last game that we were watching as well, but no pauses.
Yeah.
Affliction's getting dope here in the mid lane. He's got Timber Chain now, but
should be able to get this with the Chakram.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. Well done. Well played there by Leo Style, and he is just starting to really pull away on the net worth chart here. Sumum found here by the Snapfire. I mean, he can't TP. It's on cooldown, and Cookie Forward's going to stun him up, plus the slow. Sumum's got to run, dude. Leo Style wants to get on top of him.
Anywhere. MJZ, he's going to cut him off. He's going to get glimpsed back the moment he tries to go anywhere.
And, oh, that health bar.
Yeah, it just disappears. He's got 2 points of the Whirling Death, all pure damage. Just sitting beside a bunch of trees when you hit him with it as well, so you got the bonus damage. We haven't had the chance to touch on Frank yet in the bottom lane, and we're going to want to because he built himself a Meteor Hammer.
Dude, he does it again, man. He did the Meteor Hammer yesterday. I like... People are always like kind of, you know, meme hammer, lol, all these good memes and stuff, but it's unironically a very good pickup on this hero because Mars does go through a lot of mana, and it makes you so you don't have to build the Soul Ring, and it's an alternative in games where you need to be able to push towers, and you've got Timbersaw still working on mid, but Mars took bottom, and last time this happened, Frank took the tier 2 at like 12 minutes.
Yeah, he's looking to take the tier 2 here. He's pushing it in. He's gonna at least drop it. They just used a Fortify too.
Yeah. Well, Sacred comes mid and he's back top. He just gets glimpsed. In the jungle though, they managed to find Kataro. Well played there. Relo in from Lumiere and Michael with the X boat. Does its job, but like you were saying, bottom tower, it's starting to take damage here.
Oh god, he actually is. He's gonna put another Meteor Hammer into this one, I think.
They have Fortification back up though, and Leo Style just got a DD rune, so he's gonna just chase down Sumum here, and it's gonna be inevitable as it ends up going the way of Kim. Scatterblast from downtown. Dude, Leo Style is just so damn strong right now.
Yeah, he lost his courier too. He could get his Hood of Defiance. His courier went down with the Ring of Health, the Ring of Regen on it. Frank is about to get punished by Lumiere and Michael here. It looks like the Lion TPing in as well. If he sticks around to get another Meteor Hammer.
Yep, defensive arena. He's going to TP. Yeah, look at that.
Can he get it all?
Yeah.
Oh!
What a play. That's such a good call.
Yeah. So they rotate 3 heroes down here. At the very least, Lumiere doesn't lose much time on the map. The wave is, sorry, the lane is already like shoved all the way in for him and needs to be able to move to the jungle and farm that out. So he doesn't have to go super far out of his way for that kill, even though it would have been nice to find on the Mars. He brought the tier 2, did a half HP. This game is looking pretty good right now for Lava. Leostyle's putting the hurt on the Sacred in this top tower as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is their game plan, right? They just want to shrink the map here for Infamous. They've got this Io Luna. They need map control to be able to farm on this hero. But Leostyle making sure that that doesn't happen.
And he's keeping this catapult alive. Putting the hurt on this tier 1 tower. They'll clear it out now. And everyone's going to go back to the jungle. Now, Kataro has his Maelstrom completed, so as long as people are making... I was going to say, as long as people are making stacks for him, he'll be able to catch back up to this Luna, but there are no stacks on the map.
Looks like they were all blocked at one point.
Yeah.
Kataro just going to yoink that illusion rune and walk away. Pretty happy about that one. They find Michael, glimpse, but no, not timed there on the cookie, so he's going to make it out.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Leostyle still top lane. And Meteor Hammer dropped again on bottom. I mean, they're going to have to fort this soon. You can't let Frank tank this tower. Snapfire to catch an X and a boat. Nice Static Storm to try and buy him a little bit of time. Finger Death does come through, but not enough to kill him. He will eventually fall, but not giving up that finger stack on over to Affliction. 2 good kills there overall for Infamous.
Yep. You get both of them, it slows down some of the pressure they're putting on the map, but they got another Meteor Hammer offered on the tower. The Fortify came out a little bit late. So now it's down to 500 HP, this tier 2 down here. Your map is shrinking. They are putting the hurt onto you. I saw this Luna and I thought Infamous are going to be wanting to play this fast, but Lava playing it even quicker.
It's pretty wild. Like the game right now, like if you look at these graphs, it is very close. Like it is very, very, very close. Like they are actually doing a really good job on Infamous, despite losing so many objectives early. They have no towers taken. Frank, cookie on forward. He's gonna catch Lumiere, the blink, the spear, plus the Meteor Hammer to boot. Michael, no chance you're keeping him alive. And that is a beautiful rotation there from Lava.
Normally you'd look for a kill on the Roshan right now, but we're only 13 minutes in, and the respawn times are pretty quick, and you're playing into a Ravage, so I'm going to avoid that one, even though they're getting close to the pit. And I would say that Frank should probably set himself up to continue to push in that bottom tier 1, but they've got that Observer ward now because they're worried about Frank playing inside the trees here and shoving the lane out.
And Kataro's down here as well now, so he's able to farm pretty safely. I think that's a smart play. They are actually going to smoke up here on Kunkka as they did see Frank for a moment. But maybe they'll find Kataro instead. The dust comes out. They got him. The X into the boat. Frank might be able to keep him alive, but a nice Hex comes in from Affliction. Blinks. Still ends up falling. It goes to Lumiere as well, which is a nice gold bounty Leo style here onto the Lion. I mean, that's a definite kill. Huge crit there from the God's Rebuke plus the, with that DD rune.
Big kill under the Clinks, slowing his game down. I mean, he's not been farming the fastest anyway, since there's been no stacks for him. He's doing a lot of people blocking them off.
Nice D word there from MJZ. Is he guessed correctly on that one?
They've got like some hard to find deep vision right now on the Dire side.
Oh, Frank, you got the bottom tier 2. It is done.
Yep. Meteor Hammer, one more tick, we'll finish it off. That's going to open up Outpost, so significant XP advantage is going to start to go the way of Lava for getting this so early.
And the one thing to look at when you're, you know, for Infamous is since they don't have any towers taken and Lava have 4, this is all just inevitable gold that's going to go back for the way of Infamous, right? So this 2k gold lead is really just these towers. So if they manage to take some, and they're looking pretty good, but it's not going to be an easy task as mid lane. They actually find a kill there onto the Kunkka and Sacred. He's going to make it out. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, you say it's all just towers.
Frank Meteor Hammer, the tier 3 dude.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Damn what he does. Top lane, they do manage to get 1 tower. First one there going their way.
Yep.
Dire's top tower.
They smoke up.
Radiant should
Mars now has enough money for a blink deck here. I think
Radiant's courier has
he doesn't realize that he got enough for it just yet, or maybe he's gonna go for the BKB first.
Looking to go onto the Timbersaw, the X into the boat. Mortimer kisses from downtown. He gets caught. But the arena comes through, right onto the aisle, but the Lumiere BKB, he doesn't have the Eclipse, the Ravage as well, holding down the Disruptor. They will be able to finish him off, but Michael barely escaping here, glimpsed back, will end up falling to Kim and Kataro. He's rotated into the fight. He's got a lot of damage to work with. Lumiere, 3 for 3 so far, but it looks like Sacred should be able to chase down Kim here. Even as a TP coming in all the way. I mean, Lumiere TP'd from the triangle to the mid tier 2. He's like, I want this kill, man.
Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. And he even saw a Sacred turning away. Says, if I'm going to spend 100 gold to TP down here, you better give me up the fucking kill.
Kataro is level 12 now on this Clinks. I mean, he's starting to pick up pace here, and this is what this hero does, right? Once you get these levels, this Burning Barrage just starts crushing through these creep waves, as you see right there. And
yeah,
he's not going to have much trouble keeping pace with the Luna after that.
Man, schmoovin'. Yeah, finding himself a lot of farm.
You're a big fan of the schmooves, right?
I am. And if there's one thing Lava's got, it's schmooves. 17 minutes in, tier 2 neutral items starting to spawn now. Disruptor has the Aghanim Scepter queued up. MJZ, he's dreaming big. I'm a fan.
I mean, we've
Leo
seen this
style.
before. We've seen it before, and it's a really sick pickup. Leo style has the Kaya Sanj looking to go for a Lotus Orb. I would expect maybe like even a BKB this game or a Yules. Like he can't keep getting caught by X Spirit Vessel. And speaking of which, that's what's coming out right now and gets cookied for the moment. Tidehunter on the backside of the fight, but they're able to just chain stun him down. And Leo style will be able to get away from Lumiere. He timber chains away. He's fine. He lost Lion on the backside. Not the worst kill, but Glimpse, they're looking for this. Oh, what an X there by Sumum. Very well done. Instead, you're just going to lose the IO. So a 2 for 0. Well played there by Lava.
Yeah, actually that glimpse was sick, but Leo Style just barely managed to get out. The man is pretty tanky with the Kaya Sanj in the Hood of Defiance. Definitely built the right items this game. He needs that Spirit Vessel, though. Oh, sorry, the Lotus Orb to get the Spirit Vessel off of him. He's not anywhere close to as tanky as he should be without the HP regen. Well, it's nice that they managed to turn that fight around, though. I failed to calculate how much damage they would need for this Timber Saw. He went for the 200 HP talent as well, which, again, without that one, he would have gone down.
Yeah, I like that talent. I think it's worth it.
Got Ravage up now.
Oh, missed time there on the Torrent. The Hex comes out. The Ravage comes through, connects onto Snapfire and the Mars. Kim falling incredibly low. Going to be the first one to go down in this fight, but Leo style, he's back in with the help of Kataro. They're trying to kill off this Luna, but stands her ground, healed up by Michael. She's going to be just fine. Mortimer kisses from downtown, but they're not really connecting onto anyone, and they're just trying to zone it up. But in comes Frank on the backside. He gets a huge spear out onto the Luna, but there's the BKB. Finally comes out in a boat as well. Frank isolated out. Kataro caught in by an X, pulls him back into the Torrent. They got the vision. They get a third glimpse. Sacred going to be pulled out of the fight, but he just set up a kill here onto MJZ. I think the Vessel's got him. Yeah, one more tick. It is.
They end up losing him as well. They lose the tier 1 tower too. And I don't know, you did a lot of damage in that team fight. You did just as much damage. Well, almost 8,000 to like 9,500 by Infamous. But he tried to come out of the Luna while the IO was still alive. That mechanism ended up healing him up so much. I feel like you have to take down this IO first. It's got to be the job of like I don't know who. You don't have anybody who's amazing at jumping the IO in these team fights. I think as the game goes on, it's only getting more difficult. Position yourself onto him first.
Yeah, Leo style wants to go in onto the Roche pit. Hex comes out first. The X is there, but Frank with a sick arena trapping into Lion. Gonna go down first, but the Rose shot, it falls. Does anyone get the Aegis? He stole it mid-chain. Leo style is insane. What a play by the Timbersaw as he just runs right through Infamous.
I have not seen a steal like that on Timbersaw before. The absolute madman Leo style grabbing that one and turning the fight around. That's what they need to happen. That's going to get the tempo of the game again. It was starting to look rough there, but that steal, that team fight, absolutely massive.
I've literally only seen that once, ever. Once ever have I seen that, and now Leo style the second one. That's the classic. Like you put the just deal with it shades on as he drives by. You know. Yeah. Oh my God, Leo style. What a sick play.
Ooh. All right, this is gonna bring him closer to his Lunasorb as well. He actually finds himself in Nether Shawl as well, so extra magic resistance and spell damage. So he's going to be replacing that.
They pop forward here.
Yeah, they're looking to turn this around. I mean, they've got Ravage available. They've got Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter. If they can get Leo twice, and you know, if they have a Lion, they are going to be able to get him twice.
It's still not easy. I mean, he's only a couple hundred gold away from this Lotus Orb. You're right, they are wrapping around. The question is, who's he gonna find?
The line is amazing. If he gets the clinks and he's going,
oh, he pops the dust. He gets the stun, but the rest of them, they're here. Frank, he drops the Arena of the Spear. He goes down, and Kataro trying to stand his ground. Doesn't have the BKB pulled back. He just gets shredded here by Lumiere, and there comes the Ravage as well. Mars now trying to backpedal his way out of this one, but I don't think it's gonna work. Managed to get a nice stun out onto Leo style as well, but they really want this Disruptor. Neff, you were right. A beautiful wrap around there from this Lion. Sets up that reload.
Yeah, half the team was showing on the front side of the fight. They think, okay, no way the Lion's going to be wrapping around with this, like, one other hero with them. But the Hex that they got off onto the Clanks managed to stop him. So they got the Ravage off. They bring him down at the start of the team fight, and there goes the majority of your damage.
I mean, Kataro's build is pretty greedy, right? Like, he finished the Gleipnir, and he's still going for the Chrysalis instead of going for a BKB this game.
There's two ways of playing Dota, Ricky. There's mild and there's wild. We've been over this.
This is true, and he's a wild game.
Boy. He's got the Lotus Home completed now on the Timbersaw.
Yeah, that was a big pickup that he really needed this game, just summoning the mana boots to grab it. You do have the Aegis still for another 2 minutes, but you gotta be worried now on the side of Infamous. Like you just use every spell for that fight. You don't have Ravage for another 70. Like Relo is gonna be off cooldown, but you still have 40 seconds on the Eclipse. Like this might be Lava's time to try and push these other tier 2 towers, these last tier 2 towers. Oh my God, that damage. Frank here on the side, smoked up. I mean, they see Sacred on the back side.
High five.
They glimpse him, but he gets the blink out. They were trying to break the blink dagger there with that chakram. That was actually pretty cheeky.
Yeah. They get the tier 2 tower though, so only one outer tower left up in the top lane. They keep them boxed in their base, earn themselves a net worth advantage. Probably get tier 3 neutral items and then try to close out the game with the next Roshan. I think that's the game plan right now for Lava. He's looking a little bit easier, but it's still Luna at the top of the net worth. She does a lot of damage herself. I mean, working on this data list now, just finding the recipe for it.
This Snapfire is so farmed. Kim has Shard, Veil, and Force Staff.
Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be working on a Aghanim Scepter next, but
yeah,
even though the Shard was nerfed, the stun duration was brought down from 2 seconds to 1.5 to the point blank Scatterblast.
He's got a blink queued.
Still pretty good. Yeah.
So he just wants that blink. Yeah, he just wants to get the blink melee stuns out. I mean, it's pretty good. It's a lot of damage too. Especially
against it's pretty good against the Io and the Luna as well. Because a lot of time you can be able to hit them both at once. So you're getting the 2 for stun on both the Scatterblast and the Fire Snap cookie that comes after.
This ward here from Lava. Kind of useful here if they can manage to get eyes on anyone. Yeah, they will see Sumum as well as Sacred walking on by. So Aegis, it's gone.
Yep. They need to play a little bit more defensive now. They're backing up, working on Aghanim Scepter here on the Timbersaw. But for anyone tuning in just now, I see some people 5 minutes ago asking inside the chat. The players on Infamous, Sumum is alone, Affliction is A/Excel, and Kataro MNZ, and Kim is Moose.
Yep. Just some name changes. Just some name changes. All the same players.
Yeah. Roster's still the same.
Unlucky there for Sumom. He was looking for that rune top. Gonna end up being an invis bottom. No one's scouting it quite yet, but Frank, we haven't really seen him use this Meteor Hammer as of recent. Like, hasn't had the chance to drop these on the towers. It gets very scary now trying to do that. A lot of damage can just get dumped on him, and he doesn't have that BKB quite yet. On the high ground here, though, they do have the vision to play with. There's going to be the invis for Clinks, though. Not an ideal target. Frank, I mean, he's got the... Oh, he comes in. They get the IO right away. Lumiere pops the BKB, and they get the Ravage onto 4. Catches the whole backside. Mars going to go down as well as MJZ here. Trying to hobble away. He might actually survive. Katara with a BKB. They're all stuck in the kinetic field. They can't get out. It's a double kill for Leo style Affliction. Trying to drain away. He will, but Sumom... The chase continues. He is pretty dang fast, but that boat buff has expired, and Kataro is right here with him. Ends up being a triple. His dying breath. A fantastic kinetic field.
Yeah, the ideal initiation as well. They managed to get the stun off onto the IO. They bring him down first. That was the issue they were having before. They couldn't take down this Luna because there's too much healing coming out from the IO. And they'd have no hero that's great at jumping in the backline either. That initiation that they got was... I don't know, best case scenario. And Disruptor managed to survive long enough that he could use the Static Storm at the tail end of the team fight as these BKBs started to expire. Again, Lava threading the needle perfectly in that team fight. Everything ended up going their way.
There's also the BKB reveal of Kataro too. Like, he disassembled the Dragonlance to complete that one, and I mean, it was just such a huge pickup for him. He just got a full channeled, you know, burning barrage into 3 heroes trying to just hobble away inside that kinetic field, and just no one was able to. And you can see the damage. I mean, we looked at it. He did like over 4,000 damage that fight on that Clinks with that burning barrage. Like, that was ridiculous. Smoke up from Infamous. This is interesting. Are they trying to contest Roche? Is that what it is? Because
they don't have Roche is going to respawn for another minimum of 15 seconds. They're just looking for
a pick-off. Oh, they see Kataro, but he popped the DD rune. Affliction, he came forward for this. He's going to bite it. That is an Ags on Leo style now. Oh, dang.
That's a lot of damage.
This dude does a lot of damage, yeah.
He's got the spell Amp at 15. He's sitting on a Nether Shawl. He's got Kaya Songe, too. He's doing a lot very quickly.
30% spell amp. All pure damage, too. Ooh, I hear BKB in the mid lane.
Oh, no.
Did Sacred just blink out?
Yep.
Yikes.
They popped the BKB on Clinks there. So they felt so confident with his double damage rune, his BKB. They just take it out the line. That's an embarrassing way of having things start out there.
Kim, he's got eyes here on these heroes, and he's got the Scatterblast stun. He's going to go for it. Stuns up Lumiere. He was trying to get Michael as well, but he ends up just turning the BKB on right away. Kataro. Oh, the Gleipnir doesn't come out in time. He reload him out.
Michael's got to go back in now. He's not going to survive this one. Right?
He's getting X'd. No, he'll be fine. He's getting X'd by Sumom. Yeah.
Oh, if he was very quick on that glimpse, he would have been able to get it. Yeah, that was a sick X, though. Actually, no, he would have glimpsed him right back into the base. What am I saying?
Yes.
They're just too good. They're gamers. Well, things are going to slow down for a little bit. Both teams are going to play around the Roche pit. Roche responding right now.
Mid. They found the Tidehunter. Stuck inside the kinetic field. X-Boat, though, does come out. Tide falling low. In comes the damage from the Timbersaw. He's got to get out. Mortimer Kiss is being dropped. Frank forces the BKB there on Sumom, but Leo style continuing the chase. He's going to be able to TP out under the protection of that BKB, but Arena, it's got the Luna. She doesn't have the BKB for 12 more seconds, and Kataro just dumping in the damage. Lumiere needs help. He pops the Eclipse of the BKB from Frank. In for the backside. Kim with the body slam, but can they bring down the Luna? On 100 HP, she survives, and Sacred with a real aggressive blink forward. Thinking about popping that Ravage, but nowhere to follow up.
No, team too far behind him, and would have ended up just being a waste. Almost took advantage of that fact they forced the Luna BKB over the hard camp there at the bottom lane, but managed to survive just enough. They need to get the initiation off the IO. The Luna's going to have way too much healing. I mean, that's what went right for them last time. That's how they ended up getting this melee barracks, and now they still get to hold under Ravage while Roche responds, and this one is going to be pretty important.
Yeah, Sacred walking out under vision here, and Leo style is just gonna shred your HP pool here. He has to be so careful. And on backside of the fight, Michael, 20 HP, he's just dead. Kotaro caught him. He's gonna buy back into the game, and he's gonna need to. Lumiere pops the BKB, otherwise certainly dead there to that glimpse.
Yep. He already dropped the Static Storm, but he did it with an Arcane Rune, so Static Storm's gonna come back up in another 45 seconds. They're playing around the pit, both these teams. Titanhunter's gotta hold this Ravage. This is scarcely possible. Neither team can afford to give this one up, though.
You got a BKB now on the Mars, and we saw this popped in the last fight, but it makes Frank so much more difficult to deal with. He just tries to bait out the Eclipse here from the Luna as he gets on top of her, and I'm surprised he hasn't gotten the Shard yet. There's been a couple times where like a double spear would have been absolutely bonkers, but they're into the Roche. They just want to try and bring this one down as fast as possible, and Kotaro almost has that Daedalus, and once he does, it's going to be very scary. The Aegis and the Shard. I'm assuming the Shard will go the way of the Timbersaw here. Oh no, they'll give it to Clinks. He needs the Skeleton Walk Archers. Yeah. I didn't realize he didn't have his yet. What is... Oh, he's hasted. I was like, what? How is Frank doing this? I guess you could bulwark with a haste. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so Daedalus almost completed. Just needs another 50 gold on this Clinks. Right there it is. Sold something. I wasn't paying attention to what it was. So a lot of damage came out from him in this next fight.
Luna sniped a courier on our way to an Aghanim Scepter, actually. And top lane, they managed to find the Tidehunter. He's just stuck in the kinetic field. He can't get the Ravage off. He's got no buyback. And meanwhile, Kotaro, he finds Michael. That's a dieback. The Gleipnir is just too dang good at finding this Io, and Sumam, he's stuck inside the kinetic field. He can't contribute to the fight as Frank drops another Meteor Hammer on your tower, opening up this lane of barracks. And suddenly, Infamous has no fighting potential. They grab the Luna, the Chain Stuns are there, the damage comes through, he's gone! You lost everyone, you didn't even get a chance to BKB. They call it. Infamous just crushed in their base by lava.
Very quick plays. Once they get onto the IO in these team fights, it ends up going completely the way of Infamous, but if you could have gotten this to the ultra late game, I feel like you could have won, but they did an amazing job of finding these picks offs onto the IO, and at the end there, losing that Tidehunter into the Static Storm. This is what we talked about in game number 1 of the first series that we saw today. This is one of the counters of the Tidehunter. Your Kraken Shell does absolutely nothing against the Disruptor when he dropped that Static Storm onto you. Dicky advanced that one. It took the fight into the base when they had that Roche, but I feel like the game could have gone the other way if they didn't take that amazing first fight into the Roche pit where Leo Style got that steal with the Aegis as he Timber Chain throw. I feel like it was off the back of that one where they really won the game. If you look at the swings of the net worth, that's kind of where things turn around. There was like the huge dip going the way of Infamous, and then it immediately dips backwards the way of Lava.
Yeah, that has to be one of the sickest Aegis steals I've seen in a very long time. So I really hope that one gets clipped because, you know, Leo Style definitely deserves recognition for that one. Finishes the game 11-2-12, an absolute beast performance here from him. And Lava, I mean, these guys are so damn good. Infamous and Lava have been neck and neck here this whole tournament. Both teams having a win over each other so far. And this is really the best of 3 of their series so far in the tournament, which is super cool. I'm excited to watch. But Lava get game 1. You know, what's got to happen for Infamous here game 2? Like, do they have the, I mean, obviously they have the skill enough, but is it just a draft thing?
Yes. I'd say this is, I'd say it's mostly just a draft thing. I think they didn't have a great answer to the IO, but they managed to get them anyways. But the mid lane matchup, Leo Style, he got to do whatever he wanted on this Timbersaw. He was so farmed from the very start of the game. He ended up having way too much farm on Kotaro as well on this Clinks. It allowed him to go these super aggressive items. I think if you had ways to like jump on him a little bit better or manage to find a Blink Dagger at some point on Lion, the game would have been a little bit easier. So I think just drafts and timings. If they'd stalled this game out a little bit longer on the side of Infamous, I think they would have been able to close this one out. But Lava executed the draft a little bit better in game number 1 here.
Right on. Couldn't have said it better myself. So we're going to go to a quick break, everyone. Stay tuned for more here on the BTS Pro Series season number 9. This is the lower bracket round 3. It's an elimination series of Infamous versus Lava, and we will be back with game 2 in just a bit. Stay tuned.